What's going on, guys? It's BDoms, and today I'm bringing you guys a different sort of video. I'm going to be talking about all the different things that I want added to the game. And just before I get started, quick little note, I will not be streaming today, so just throwing that out there. But in this video, there won't be any gameplay. There won't be anything else except for me and you guys. So this is just me giving you guys my ideas. To start off, I'm going to talk about one that actually wasn't my idea. This was actually CWA's idea, I think. I don't know, maybe he heard it from somewhere, but I heard it from CWA. He's been going on about it for, God, I don't even know how long. It's been so long, though, that he's been talking about this. So, this is probably one of my favorite ideas on this list as well, and that's challenge tickets. So, if you guys don't know what his idea on challenge tickets are, just briefly, I'll go through it. Go check his videos out. He's got numerous ones talking about him, so he'll talk about him in more detail. But basically, in chess quests, challenges, Trophy Road, wherever, I personally would like to see them in chess. I think that if there was like a 5 or 10% chance in every chest to get one, that would be great. Actually, no, maybe 10 or 20%. I'd go with 10 or 20% because you don't get that many chests. So, what a challenge ticket would do is allow you to enter a classic challenge or a grand challenge, maybe. We'll see. But you can enter these challenges for free. You don't have to spend gems. You don't have to do anything like that. You can just enter the challenges, play through them. Whatever rewards you get, you get. It's just a free entry to a challenge. I think that's something that would be really, really good, and I'd really like to see that. I'm not going to talk too much on this because, like I said, this one isn't my idea, but I felt like it deserved at least being mentioned. So, my second idea is the ability to reorder cards in your hand. I know that seems really, really silly, but I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, sometimes I have a plan in my head. I'm going to play this card, and then this card, but it's really this card, then this card, and it's like it just doesn't work that way. You might hit the wrong card if you're trying to go really quick or whatever. You might just want to be able to put cards that you need to get to quick on the outside and the ones you don't need to on the inside, whatever. There's so much you could do with this, and it would be such a simple feature. I never thought about this until I was playing yesterday and I was moving cards around and stuff, and I really, really wanted to move different cards into a different order, and I was like, why can't we do this? So this is actually the most recent addition to my list, but I really enjoyed the idea of being able to simply just reorder cards in your hand. You can drag the cards off, so why can't you just drag it in between two other cards and they move over? Just like you would do in deck building. So that was my second idea. My third idea is something that a lot of people have talked about. This isn't really a unique idea, but it's a tournament level standard ladder. A lot of people have talked about doing this. I don't want it to replace regular ladder. Don't get me wrong. I want another ladder specifically for tournament level standard. And the reason for that is I'd like to be able to know how well I could push if my card levels were on par with other people's card levels. I feel like, in classic challenges at least, I don't play grand challenges just because I'm free to play and it's a lot of gems, but in classic challenges, I'm probably averaging 7 or 8 wins per challenge that I do. So that means I'm going 7-3 every time, or 8-3, whatever. That's not bad when you convert that to ladder, considering a lot of people only win like 50% of their ladder matches. So, I don't know. I feel like this would be a really good idea. I'd really enjoy it. And just to add to this, another one I'd like to see potentially is a draft ladder. This is just a personal goal of mine, so that's why it's not really on the list. It's just kind of like a side note. I would love a draft ladder. I don't want it to replace the normal tournament level standard ladder, but I love draft mode. I think it's really fun, and I wish I could play it way more often. It's easily my favorite game mode, easily. I don't know whether I like regular draft or 2x draft, but I like them both a lot, and I think with that one, they could actually switch up the ladder a little bit. So, maybe one week or maybe every day even, there's a specific card that the ladder or the draft would be centered around. Just like they just did with the princess draft recently, where every draft had the princess in it, or the graveyard draft or whatever. I feel like they could do that with ladder and it would be really fun. So, moving on, number 4. I think number 4. Yeah, number 4. It would be the ability to trade tokens. Now, I have 2 ideas on how you could do this one. The first one is simply just be able to trade with clanmates. And honestly, I think they could actually incorporate both of these and they would be fine. I don't think it would break the game at all. But if you could just say I have a legendary trade token and I really want a rare token, which I always need rare tokens because I use rare cards more than I use anything else. I'd be able to take my legendary token, throw it out there as a trade, just like you can with a normal card. Maybe you got to spend some gold to do it or something, depending on whether you're going up or down in tier. I know legendary cards tokens they give out more often, so maybe that would be considered the lowest tier, just because they're more common. But maybe it costs 1,000 gold to do this trade or something like that. Something reasonable. Even just a straight up trade would be fine too. I know Supercell likes to add things, make things cost stuff or whatever. I think a straight up trade would be fine. I'm trading a legendary token for a rare token. If somebody needs a legendary, I need a rare. What does it really matter? But it's Supercell. They'd probably tweak it a little bit. But I think that would be a really, really good idea. And another thing that I could see potentially happening is, let's say on my second account, I have, I think, 11 legendary tokens right now, 10 or 11, something like that. Why not be able to take 2 of those tokens and trade it in for 1 token that I really want? So I could trade 2 legendary tokens. Like right now I'm trying to level up, let's say Rascals. Rascals are almost max on the second account now. So let's say I need a common token. I could take 2 legendary tokens. I lose a token, but I gain the token that I want. So I think that would also be a really good idea. It's just a way to recycle tokens into ones you actually want. I think they could incorporate both of these and both would actually be used. I think the trading with clanmates would be used a little bit more. So maybe that's why I added, maybe you have to spend a little bit of gold to do those trades or something like that. But moving on, my 5th one would be more epic requests. Well, what does that mean? On Epic Sundays, instead of only having 1 epic card that you can request, every request for that day could be an epic card. I don't really think that's going to break the game because rares and commons are just, they're really easy to level up now, especially when it comes to requesting, trading, all that stuff. It's just so much easier. So I do realize that it's easier to get an epic token than a common token, but you still need epic cards in order to even trade, and they're really hard to get sometimes. So I feel like it's actually easier to level up legendary cards right now than it is epic cards, and to me that doesn't seem right. So I think by adding it's just 2 more requests per week. That's all it is. And that would help people out a lot. You wouldn't just be seeing, 2.6 hog on ladder when you're at like 5,000, or you wouldn't just be seeing E-barbs, Royal Giants, stuff like that. People would actually be able to level up cards like Prince, Dark Prince, Executioner, all these different cards that right now a lot of people are having a hard time leveling up. So that's something I really, really would like to see. It's a small change that would change things dramatically for free-to-play players. Number 6 is probably going to be my most controversial one because it requires gems. But hear me out on this. All these other things like the requests, the tokens, a couple of other ones that I have coming up, they all are going to take some money out of Supercell's pocket. Just the fact that you're getting 3 times as many epics on Sunday, that's going to take away a couple of chests that people might buy or something like that. To offset that, I would like to see more deck slots. And here's how they would do it. For 100 gems, you'd be able to buy a sixth slot. Once you have the sixth slot, you can then spend 250 gems for a seventh slot. So for 350 gems, you get 2 more deck slots. I think this is fair because 5 decks, honestly, it's enough to get you by. I'm at a point now where like I have 2 challenge decks, sometimes 3 that I use, plus a ladder deck. So it doesn't really give me room, especially for like clan wars and stuff like that. I can't hold on to a triple elixir deck. I can't hold on to a double elixir deck. I can't hold on to decks specifically for like challenges, like the what's it called, the elixir challenge or the dragon egg challenges. Like you can't have decks for everything. So this would be a way for them just to make a little bit more money, and on top of that, for free to play players, a 6th deck slot really wouldn't be hard to get on ladder. If you get up to, what is it, like 5,300 or something like that, 54, I don't know. I know I just got it recently. If you push up a little, you get 100 gems right off the bat just for hitting that mark on Trophy Road. Also, I would really like to see Gem Rush come back. I don't know where that's been, but with Gem Rush, you'd easily be able to buy that 7th slot. So I think these would be a really good addition to the game. Not everybody needs it, but the people who want it, I think, would gladly pay 100 gems for another slot. The 250 gems is a lot, but that, I don't know. I feel like it's fine the way it is like that. So I'm not too worried about that being expensive. I honestly, this is one of my more favorite ones on the list, but I know that a lot of you guys are going to complain because it costs gems. So anyways, moving on. Number 7 is something I don't think I've heard anybody talk about. If you guys have heard somebody mention this, let me know. I want to actually see what they said about this. So just tell me who it is in the description. I'll find it. But it's a legendary chest rework. So you might be wondering, why would you rework a legendary chest? Well, in the shop, it pops up for 500 gems. If you win 1 global tournament game out of 5 losses, you can get that for 500 gems. If you get 12, you get that plus 11 other rewards for 500 gems. 500 gems does not equal 1 legendary anymore. It just doesn't. So, what would I do? I'm not going to remove the chest. I just want to rework it a little bit. Just a little addition, a little tweak, and I think it'll actually be worth the 500 gems. So, for 500 gems, you get 1 card still. But it's like draft, where 2 cards pop up and you choose either, I want princess or miner, I'll take the miner. You know? That would be a really nice addition. And then, on top of that, in that chest, you are also guaranteed a legendary token. So, if that legendary you get, let's say you get a Lava Hound and you never play Lava Hound, but somebody in your clan focuses on, Lava Miner or something like that, you could trade that Lava Hound that you didn't want out of that legendary chest that you just wasted 500 gems on, just because you have that token now. So I think that would be a really good addition, and that would kind of help out a little bit with what I was saying earlier, where you could trade in tokens. You could buy, say you bought 4 legendary chests trying to get, that 1 card that you need to max out. Or you finally get that card and you still have 4 tokens left over because you got it out of that last chest. Now you can take those 4 legendary tokens, go and trade them in and get, say, 2 rares, so then you can go request those hogs. By the way, hogs almost max. I can't wait. So yeah, I really like this idea. And number 8 is by far my favorite one on the list. It's one I created personally. I came up with the idea. I was talking with Cream on Discord, and he was mentioning another game that had something that was kind of similar. It worked with experience. This is a little bit different, but this is something that I've thought about for a long time, that I've wanted. And after having that, whoops, I just bumped my mic. Hopefully that wasn't loud for you guys. After talking with Cream, I decided that it needed to be on the list. So my last idea is blank cards. Now you might be wondering, what the hell is a blank card? Well, any spot in the game where you could get a random card, not the ones like on Trophy Road where it says, you know, pick spear goblins or regular goblins. It would have to be, you know, like in a chest or, you know, one of those where it gives a random, say, 5 epics or whatever. I don't know if there's ever been one with 5 epics. I meant to say 5 rares, but whatever. What the blank cards would do is they would replace, let's say, in 5% of. You have a 5% chance of any time a card pops on the screen, it can be a blank. So you could get, say, I don't know, 17 blank common cards from a silver chest. You could then take those 17 cards and apply them to any card you want of that tier. So, if you get a legendary, they go towards legendary cards. Rares go to rares. Epics go to epics. Things like that. They stack. They go into they'll be the last 4 cards of your available cards, no matter how you order in your decks. You go to it, and instead of having an upgrade button, it would have an apply button. And you click that and just click on another card. Boom, you're done. I think this would be awesome because it would take some of those crappy cards that you get that you're never going to use and that you can't even trade for the ones you want, and it would turn those into a blank. Now, I obviously you don't want it to be super common, so that's why I said maybe like a 5% chance, something like that. But it would be nice to add that to the game. I think it would help free-to-play players out tremendously. I think it would help even pay-to-win players. I don't think it would really take away from the game at all. It would just be a nice little addition. And the way to offset the fact that you can add it is you spend some gold in order to actually apply these cards to the cards you have. So it takes let's say you have, 101,000 gold and you need 100 common cards to max out. You get 100 of these blank cards. Say they cost, 10 gold a card. There's 1,000. You still haven't enough to buy your upgrade. So it would be a cheap thing. It wouldn't cost a whole lot, I don't think. And I think it would be a really good addition. So that's all my ideas for this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed. I personally really want all these in there. Let me know your guys' opinion in the comments below. If you guys have any other ideas, let me know as well. And other than that, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.